Hello dear students, today we are going to do chapter 7. We'll have a revision of the first part. Okay, so today I'm going to explain about states of matter once again. Please watch my explanation and do all the exercises given below. Thank you. States of matter. There are a number of things present around us. Some of them are natural and some are man-made. All man-made things are non-living, but natural things can be either living or non-living. All these things are different in shape, size and color. But one thing that is common is that all of them occupy space and have mass. Now, dear children, there are a number of things present around us, and some are natural and some are man-made. Like you'll see the plant around us, they are natural human beings, and some are man-made like the table, chair, fan, light. Okay, so all man-made things are non-living. Okay, but natural things can either be living or non-living. So all man-made things are non-living, like the table, chair, it cannot breathe, eat, move. Okay, but natural thing can be both, either living or non-living. Like example, plant, it's a living thing, but mountain, river, it's a non-living thing. So natural thing can be either living or non-living thing. All these things around us are different in shape, size and color. But one common thing is that all the natural things and man-made things occupy space and have mass. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Human beings, animals, water, air, etc. all are examples of matter. Matter includes everything around us, whether living or non-living. There are three states of matter. These are solid, liquid and gas. So dear children, anything that occupies space is called mass, which occupies space and has weight. Okay, human being, animal, water, air, etc. are all the examples of matter. So matter includes everything around us, whatever you have around us, like the fan, table, chair, human being, okay, living or non-living. And there are three states of matter. These are solid, liquid and gases. Solids. Things that have a fixed shape and volume are known as solids. Solids do not change their shape when moved to another container. Table, pen, cup, book, wood, etc. are some examples of solid. So, dear children, things which have a fixed shape and volume are known as solids. Like you see, look at the book, stone, okay, cup, pen, wood, table. These are all solid. They don't change their shape. Okay, so they have a fixed shape and volume. So solids have fixed shape and volume. Liquids. Anything that does not have a fixed shape but has a fixed volume is called a liquid. Liquids take the shape of the container in which they are kept. Water, oil, milk and juice are some examples of liquids. Liquids can flow easily. When we pour water on the floor, it spreads and occupies as much space as it can. So, children, anything that does not have a fixed shape but has a fixed volume is called liquid. Like I have showed you in my last class, if I take water in a bottle, and when you look at the water, it will show you the shape of the bottle, and when I pour the same water in a glass, it will take the shape of the glass. So it doesn't have a fixed shape, but it has a fixed volume. Okay, examples of liquids are water, oil, milk, okay, so juice. So these are the examples of liquid, and liquid can flow easily. Gases. Anything that neither has a fixed volume nor a fixed shape is known as a gas. It can flow even more easily than liquids. Gases fill up the entire space of the container they are kept in. Gases are all around us. Air is a mixture of many gases. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, nitrogen and chlorine are some examples of gases. So, anything that neither has a fixed volume nor fixed shape is known as a gas. So, gas can flow even more easily than liquid. Okay, gas fills up the entire space of the container in which it is kept. It occupies the entire container. Okay, fills up the entire space of the container. Gases are all around us, and air is a mixture of many gases.